Today, I am hoping to share with you an experience I recently had so that I can hopefully encourage you to do what God is telling you to do. Maybe like 2 weeks ago, I kept feeling like the Lord was telling me to send this person money as a seed to their ministry. The thought came, send this person X amount of money as a seed to their ministry. I brushed it off, just busy in my day, and the thought came. I was probably working or something. Then another day, the thought came again. And when that thought came again, I said to myself and kind of to the Lord, I don't even know if they have a ministry. Why am I getting this thought? And went about my day again. Maybe like Thursday or sometime at the end of last week, I sat down and I said to the Lord, then, God, if this is you, bring this thought back. I pretty much knew it wasn't me because I don't really know this person personally. They've always just been a follower of the I'm So Fly movement. They've always been very encouraging. We've probably exchanged messages on social media a couple of times, but just don't know them personally. So there was no real reason that Angel should have been having that thought. So at that time, I said, okay, God, if this is you, bring this thought back around. So I was busy working one day at the end of the last week, and I sat down to have my salad, and I heard, send him the money. And I just started laughing right away because I knew what that meant. And there was such a sense of urgency in God's voice, in the thought that was in my mind. There was such a sense of urgency to do it. And I started to laugh and I said, okay, Lord. So, and I really think that God speaks to us so much more than we realize he does. We just think they're passing thoughts in our mind. But the more that you practice this, the more that you do this with the Lord, you'll start realizing that it's him. And like I said, I didn't know this person personally. I didn't know what God meant by the ministry, any of that. So for me, in walking with the Lord for some time, I've learned how to, yes, it's okay to question and say, God, is this really you, not me? But I knew that it was an angel. So I reached out to him and I said, can you please send me your Cash App, your Venmo, whatever you have? The Lord told me to send you a seed for your ministry. And he responded and said, I literally just got out of prayer telling the Lord that whatever he wants me to do, I'm going to do it. Whatever you want me to say, God, I'm going to say it. He said, I've been wrestling with the call that the Lord has for me because I have so many questions and it's a scary thing. And I share this for two reasons. I'm always amazed at how much the Lord honors our response to his call. Right in that moment, as I'm sitting down to have my salad, all the way in Turkey, the Lord is speaking to me to do something for someone that is praying to him in the States. And just as he comes out of prayer, he sees my text that the Lord told me to do this. Now, I don't know what his ministry is or what he's doing, but for God, ministry is whatever God's told you to do. We all are ministers of the Lord, and we all have a call that God has called us to answer, and it's not always easy. So I understood what he was saying, but I was just so amazed at how God responded to his yes, Lord, because that's all that God ever wants to hear is our yes, Lord. And I was so thankful that I was obedient and that God used me in that moment to encourage someone else. And I share this also because I want you to be encouraged. If the Lord is calling you to do your ministry, if he's calling you to start your YouTube channel, if he's calling you to write a book, if he's calling you to start a movement somewhere, just be obedient. All of us feel nervous and afraid when we first start. When God told me to write the I'm So Fly book, it took me almost 2 years, and it shouldn't have because the book is not long at all. But I knew that behind that, there was a call that I was not ready to answer. I was not ready to be held accountable to the degree that the Lord was calling me to with this. And I fought it for a long time. And even now, people see our videos and they think this is so easy for us to do and that we even enjoy it. To a degree, I do, but it's a struggle every single time. I'm always like, oh my God, I hate seeing myself on video. I'd much rather be behind the scenes of anything. And yet the Lord has called me to be someone doing this. And I have to say yes, but it's scary. And as much as, social media is a good thing because it helps you get your message across to everyone in the world extremely fast, the enemy always uses social media to badger you. Look at how no one's liking it. Look at how you don't have followers. Look at this and look at that. But the thing to remember is that when you meet the Lord, And when it's your judgment day, God is not going to say to you, why didn't you have 1 million followers? He's not going to say, not enough people liked your post. The only thing that God is going to say to you is, did you do what I told you to do? It's always about obedience to him. So who cares about the who's, the what's, the when's, the where's, the why? That is not even your business. That's God's business. Your business is to say, yes, Lord, and answer the call. So I'm so proud of you for answering the call. You know who you are. And I'm so thankful that God used me to even help him in responding to your yes. For me, the same thing turned around and happened because Jasmine hit me up from California and was telling me that her friend had a story to share. So the friend proceeds to tell her that someone that follows her on social media, her name is Shamira, first of all, and Shamira is a Christian author, so shout out to you, Shamira. Keep doing what you're doing. But she was telling Jasmine that someone that follows her on social media sent someone that's international, he doesn't live in the States and she lives in the States, sent her a video saying to basically be encouraged. God has a plan for all of us. Look at the call that God has for these two people. And the two people were me and Jasmine. It was an I'm So Fly video. And he was watching one where we were talking about, I think, how God called us to Istanbul. And he sent it to Shamira as encouragement to her, but didn't know that Shamira and Jasmine are friends. So, and in the moment that they shared this with me just over the weekend, I was struggling with I'm So Fly because I was dealing with all the negative talk that happens in my head about, can I do another video? Lord, why do you have me doing this? You know, even though I can be on a run of celebrating I'm So Fly and excited about it, there's still those moments when I'm like, oh my God, am I really doing this? Do I have to put myself out there yet again? And the Lord knew that and sent a stranger to send someone that knows someone to get the message back to me and to Jasmine. It was encouragement to her also. And I'm just so thankful of that because that's who our God is. He will always send the provision. He will always encourage you. He knows when you're down about it. And whoever you are that sent the video to Shamira, please reach out so I can say thank you because of your obedience in that moment. You have no idea that even weeks later, it helped us so much and it encouraged us so much. So again, I want to say to you all, if you feel like God is saying to start the business, to write the book, to start the channel, just do it. Trust that he will provide because anything that God has called us to, he will make the way for. Romans 8:30 is a scripture that I've been standing on. I have post-it notes all in my room of scripture that I'm using to encourage me in this time. And Romans 8:30 is one of those because of the fight and the struggle that I have with carrying on with I'm So Fly. And Romans 8:30 talks about how God, who he's predestined, he's called. And those that he's called, he's justified. And if he's justified you, he will glorify it. And I have to remind myself of that all the time. It's not as easy as it looks, or maybe we make it look like sometimes, but I do want to say thank you to all of you that are following, that are liking your comments, even as you leave a comment. And maybe you're just leaving that comment because it's on your heart and mind at that moment. You have no idea what it does for us when we read it and when God allows us to see it because of our struggle. And then we read what you say and it's like, wow, someone gets it. Someone is hearing what we're saying. And that alone is enough for us to keep going. So thank you so much. I am rooting for you. I would love to pray with you. Please DM us, however you want to reach out so we can pray with you about whatever God is having you step into, and know that we appreciate you so much. Your encouragement means a lot.